So just landed here in Hongqiao Airport in Shanghai. It's the more domestic of the two airports, but it's a lot closer to the factory offices where I'm going to be. So yeah, it was a good flight, a couple hours. I am going to get my bags, and then I'm going to take the metro to my hotel. I looked at the Uber situation, Didi Dacha, and it was like 30 minutes, like 45 RMB. But the metro is no traffic, and it's also 30 minutes, 28 minutes. So we'll see. Should be fun. 看看我的 Crokinole 怎么样？
检查一下这个。
对，然后今天这些问题 OK 的话，我们把这2个清案今天再清楚，对不对？
We're just looking at the Crokinole boards from the standard boards factory, and you can see there are the drills bits here are nice and centered. They look really good, but they are a little bit tight, and the drill is a little bit not quite as sharp as it should have been, so the holes weren't quite as nice. But this one here, the holes are nicer, but they're not centered on the line perfectly. You can see like this one here is centered pretty close, but like this one here is not on the line. And then there's also a little rough spot right here, which is on the wood. We're just talking about any little detail we can find that needs to be improved. So not a huge amount of trouble, and it's all looking really good, but we're just trying to improve everything before we print them, before we produce them all. 他刚刚做了那个4个胶，这边这个有4个胶，然后它不够平，它摇一摇好多才那个不平的桌子，然后我们要变，你看这个变了3个胶平了好多，好多，你看看这个。 拿过来它，这个是的，现在它不摇了，也不一样的桌子还不摇。你看这个东西里都是刚刚好，它是里面的那个线做的非常棒，这个好一点，这个没有问题的，都是非常平，它不一样的，2个都非常好的。要还要回去进铺，可能他们要加几个星期结束，开始我们看看他们机子的 sample 怎么做的，挺好的。So we just finished going over some samples of the final production samples of Crokinole. Here is the cherry board. You can see the standard cherry board has a black ditch, lighter lines, darker center. We did find a few problems with this one. This one's got a bit of a bump right here. We made sure to point that out and say this, if you can feel it, it's bad. Don't do that. And then also these holes are not centered. Some of them are okay, but like you can see this one here is way off the line, just barely touching the line. That one's right in the middle. They're different. They should all be the same, obviously. It's not that big a deal if you're playing. You don't see that if you have the pegs in, but you notice it if you don't, and it's not perfectly centered, so why not fix it, right? And then this one here is also, this is the maple. It looks really nice too. Oh, sorry, this is the old maple. Woo! I'm like, wait, that's a red ditch. That's our last one. This is the new maple one. Woo! There we go. I really like the matte black on this, and you can see the finishing on this is nice and smooth. This one looks really good. It looks like it's got some lines. You can see these lines here where they are together, but there's no feel there. You can't feel that. So that's a feature, not a bug. That's part of the, you can see how these lines here look. 1, 2, I think there's a third one. Maybe there's only 2. Anyway, this one, the holes are much more centered on the line. It's a screen print. They should be able to replicate that every time. But you can see how nice that looks in there. Let's see if I get that centered. There we go. Yep. So these look really good. There's no scratches or anything on the surface. It's really smooth. Looks nice. We did have one problem that they had put on the bottom 4 feet. 1, 2, 3. So they're going to do 3 feet because it will auto balance the game board that way. If you're on a not quite smooth surface, it won't rock like this one. See that? It's rocking. I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, that's kind of how that looks. So anyway, that's the update for you guys.